Today is stage 3 of the 2025 Nedbank Gravel Burn, the world's first true Pro-Am gravel stage race, and after yesterday's fast stage in warmer temperatures, this challenging journey into the unknown today heads deep into the Karoo, where the physical challenge meets deep immersion into this ancient landscape. With 90 kilometers and 1,450 meters of climbing, stage 3 is one of the shorter stages. Starting in Graaff-Reinet, the riders soon hit the first climb of the day up to Conical Peak. The gradient is steady, but the long drag makes for an atrocious first half. Descending from the summit, the route becomes technical in places. At around 70 kilometers, the road flattens out, but the race to the finish line in Blaauwater will not ease up. Graaff-Reinet, South Africa's fourth oldest town, pulls out all the stops for today's race start, and hundreds of school children turn up to see the Nedbank Gravel Burn peloton out in style. On the start line in Graaff-Reinet, the wearer of the Ember Leader jersey, South Africa's Matt Beers, together with two of his closest rivals, Switzerland's Pellaud and the first German gravel champion Lucas Baum. As the riders start stage 3, the big question is if anyone can rein in local hero Matt Beers, who so far has dominated the Nedbank Gravel Burn. In the men's race, a big group with all the main contenders flies out of Graaff-Reinet on the tarmac road. As they hit the gravel to start the long climb towards Conical Peak, they're still together. Riding at a fast but steady pace, they form two distinct lines on either side of the road. But some riders on the left hit some corrugated patches and suffer slip bars. Austria's gravel champion Lucas Postelberger makes the first real move of the day and quickly puts around 50 seconds between himself and the chasing pack. Postelberger pushes at the front, but around the 35 kilometer mark, on one of the rough, steep sections, South Africa's Tristan Nortje catches him and eventually leaves Postelberger behind to take the lead of stage 3. As early leader Postelberger drops back, Tristan Nortje reaches the summit of Conical Peak around 20 seconds ahead of the chasing pack that is thinned out on the long climb, and now consists of Travis Stedman, Pellaud, Matt Beers and Hugo Dreschu. Nortje and his chasers now enter some technical sections on the descent, and focus is key because at race pace, every mistake in this rough terrain will get punished. At the 50 kilometer mark, a group of 12, including Pellaud, Marco Hubert and Matt Beers, catches up with leader Tristan Nortje, and the race is now wide open again. With the temperatures rising in the Karoo, the next decisive move comes on the final kilometer before the finish line, when Hugo Dreschu attacks first, but then Pellaud counters his attack and goes clear at the front. He brings home his first stage win after 2 hours and 43 minutes and 35 seconds, 3 seconds ahead of Hugo Dreschu in second and Travis Stedman in third place. Matt Beers hangs on to the leader's jersey as he follows in fourth place. In the women's race, overall leader Axel Dubois-Prévost is in the distinctive orange-coloured Ember jersey, and she's surrounded by her closest rivals, Melissa Rollins from the US and the two South Africans, Ashley Moolman-Pasio and Hayley Preen. Cheered on by a capacity crowd in Graaff-Reinet, the women's peloton start the race at a steady pace, and the whole group stays together on the first few kilometres. Once the flag drops and the neutral zone ends after 4 kilometres, a large lead group of around 15 riders forms quickly. At the start of the climb towards Conical Peak, the pace is still controlled, and the riders clearly want to preserve their energy for the later stages of the climb. On the long slog up to Conical Peak, the highest point of the stage, there aren't any decisive attacks and about 10 to 12 riders stay together. But the group thins out on the latter stages of the climb, and at the summit, 6 to 8 women form the lead group. On the steep and technical section of the descent, the group splits as several riders are distanced by loose corners and varying speeds. At around the 55 kilometer mark near the Compass Big View, the groups regather, and now around 8 riders make up the lead group. The group works well together, but a few riders clearly hanging back to save the energy for the final kilometer. Aware that they're heading for a finish sprint, the riders start marking each other. But then drama strikes. A piece of wire across the road forces the leaders to swerve around it. They all manage to get past, but Hayley Preen gets it caught in her front wheel, and the South African loses valuable time. On the last few kilometers, the front group visibly slows in anticipation of the sprint finish. But then American rider Lauren Stevens launches a late attack after sitting deep all day. It's a tight sprint, but Stevens powers across the finish line and takes the third stage, 1 second ahead of Ashley Moolman-Pasio in second and Hayley Smith in third place, with overall leader Axel Dubois-Prévost edged out into fourth.